Welcome. It's SVPod. Stanford Steve's in the building. Red, sitting front and center.
He's all horned up today.
Yeah, he's a little bit...
What's going on? Christmas spirit?
Eggnog.
He looks trim. The diet's working?
I don't know. We've been, as I told you guys earlier, like, Otis got Five Guys cheeseburgers. This guy didn't get that. I guess he just ate a lot. We've been, is he not as fat as he was?
He looks trim.
Okay, good. Thanks. How you feeling after a night in Pittsburgh?
Mucus levels high.
Mucus.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, I definitely woke up with that. Like that, give yourself like a deep breathe in and a spit. Yeah. Sort of like.
Because you're like, oh shit, I got a sore throat. No, you were just outside in 1-degree weather for 3 hours.
Spit out a big old blob of turkey gravy out of your neck. But Red's,
how you doing?
Red's here. 2 hours pregame and then, post. It's a lot.
You never recovered from the 2 hours pregame, probably, right?
I don't want to overstate it. It's cold, but you guys do a longer show on game day, It just seems like a lot of time to be sitting out there talking about a game. We're talking about one game. You guys are doing the whole day in the sport. I don't know. We got one game.
You guys could talk about Sunday. I always think you should talk about Sunday more.
And There's
plenty.
We do. We did and we do.
Last night it's like Dolphins. They suck in the cold. Are they going to pull it off?
Nope. They sure aren't.
But I was doing the math. So it was.
Good night, everybody. 6:02. That'll do it.
I mean,
No, you're saying
every year. Oh, the Dolphins, December. Can they go to Buffalo? Can they go to New England? Can they go to Pittsburgh? Can they go to Jets?
No.
All right.
No.
Thank you.
No.
So done with that team.
I will admit to buying into the idea that, because it's not an idea, it's what they had done. They'd run the ball very well, and Pittsburgh had not defended the run. Mm-hmm. But talking to Cam Hayward as a guest with us in SportsCenter afterwards.
So happy we got him.
So am I. He's sort of
man's man.
And the face of the group. And he just said it was simple as this. You have to stop the run. They understood that assignment, as the saying goes, and they largely did. And just Tua and that team in the cold, they just can't do it. Factual.
I think it says a lot about Buffalo, too.
Sure. What, that they went in there and beat them like that?
Yeah.
I agree.
They were down.
Yeah.
Then they just... I think it shut out in the first half. Maybe a field goal.
And the Dalvin Cook recipe.
Who?
I'm talking about...
James Cook?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good God. Dalvin's a different Cook. Was a good player. Was a good running back. James Cook, the third. Thank you.
But I was doing the math.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
So it's 18 weeks your first year, 18 weeks your second year, 15 weeks. So it's 36 and 15. That gets us 51 weeks. Basically a year it took you to dress accordingly.
Stanford Steve, help me out. Really what it was an upper thermal layer. And also just deciding, you know what you don't need to do, bozo? Wear a suit. So I didn't. We went thermal underlayer, dress shirt, tie, quarter zip, cashmere.
Keith.
What's up? Then slipped on the
Versace scarf.
No, that was, I don't know what that was. That was a Galleria purchase. Bro, do not drive to the other side of the bridge.
I have to.
Godspeed.
I think it's right after this too.
Well, you should be back.
They don't have the old Galleria in Norman.
No, I understand. You should be back by dinner if you leave when we're done.
That's what I was thinking.
Just tell them. Send out a search party. This is very inside the Beltway, but for anybody in the Maryland, Virginia, near the American Legion Bridge, just don't do it. It's a godforsaken land. Virginia is built like 7 lanes. It's great. Then you get to Maryland, it squeezes into 3, and then 1 lane on the bridge was gone, and so it was multiple hours for the excursion. But I did come back with a handsome scarf.
Yeah.
So we had scarf, hat. I did wear a hat. Well, you know why I didn't wear the hats before?
get a new hat.
I did.
I know. What? It took 51 weeks. You've held on to that hat for a while.
Well, it's not just that hat. Some fucking red. Every hat is chewed on, and there's holes in it. I look like a hobo. Can't be sitting out there with a hobo hat, holes in it. So we
can't be going to the Galleria with a hat and a hole in it.
I didn't wear one. Went to the Galleria, picked it up. Shout out to the fellas in menswear. Appreciate them. Took good care of your boy. I will say, while I was there, I did a little trading. Buddy, that's Murderer's Row over there.
Oh, yeah.
Versace, Gucci, Chanel. Every high-end thing there is. Things I can't even pronounce.
Correct. That's why I stopped.
And I'm somewhat well-versed in the spaces. I did go into the Vilebrequin. And
They have winterwear?
No, but I just walked in just to say, hey, how are you? I'm Scott. And the gal, started trying to explain it. She's just looking at me like, I don't know who the fuck you are, but cool story, Pops. Keep it moving.
Go back to France.
She just wasn't interested. I was like, hey, yeah, I did. There's some big guys come in looking for some 5Xs. No?
No.
You don't know what I'm talking. Okay. Have a nice day.
No half price section in that store either. Any of those.
You know what they need over there? You know what they need to put in that? Some merch.
Yeah.
They need to throw some merch in there. We could sell it in the Vilebrequin. We'll put little fishes and turtles on these shirts after we can
get our merch. $150 t-shirts.
We won't do that. It's a good point. Our price point's a little different than theirs, I think. Yes, but I did dress warmly. But you know what I didn't do that is the next move? You got to wear boots that are like insulated.
I got them for you.
Jones. Because I have some Sorel ski boot type things. They're insulated, but at some point, I think if you're just sitting outside for hours in 10 degrees, you need those big knee-high Sorels with like the lamb wool. And what have you.
Well, the fine line is not making your feet sweat, because the second they sweat, when that gets cooler, you're freezing.
I didn't have any.
It's just got to be warm.
I didn't have foot sweat. I couldn't feel my feet for the whole first quarter.
On the bus inside.
Correct. Inside. Once we'd moved inside. It was the quintessential Pittsburgh day. We fly in and you look down. What'd you say it looked like?
Empire Strikes Back.
Ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba. It really did look like because Pittsburgh's super hilly.
Oh yeah,
and it's all snow covered and it's all gray and it looks miserable, and was. And the whole area around the stadium is just snow packed. What's the city work story in Pittsburgh?
Maybe a couple off days.
Or maybe they're just like, fuck it. We'll
figure it out.
Exactly. Maybe Pittsburgh folks are just wired in such a way where they're just don't care. Snow everywhere, ice on sidewalks. We'll get where we're going. Because you all are stoic, tough. You're tougher than your circumstance. Or get some plows and salt. They passed on a lot of that in much of the area that we saw. But you get there and it's just like, wow, man, you knew it was going to be this. And here it is. But I was ready for it because the big man, he talked me into it.
He'll be going back there.
I agree. I think we're going to be there week 1. They'll end up hosting somebody.
Monday night wild card, Pittsburgh.
Awesome.
Sweet.
It'll be even. It can't be. You know what? It could be colder. It could be colder. Don't say can't be. Could be.
Hopefully. No wind was huge.
There was no wind front. That was a big win for the weak team. But we're 15 weeks in. And I don't know however many months ago it was. I said, who's the best team in the AFC? And you said Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
They're out.
Thank God.
You're that guy.
What?
You're just done with them.
I'm so happy. That's like a Christmas present.
Wow.
So happy we don't have to watch them in the playoffs.
Oh, hater in the house.
Maybe they'll get some new urinals in the tunnel.
In the Arrowhead?
Oh.
Kingdom?
Oh.
It's It's a great venue. It's just old.
The worst smelling things ever.
Not awesome. It's a chilly tunnel, too. I talked to Nico Collins last week after they won. I said, bro, I've been in that tunnel. Thank you for coming out. I'll try to make it quick. They're out. They just weren't good this year. Never were. And we stubbornly held on to the idea that eventually they'll be good because they're them. But what them this year, just they weren't that. Didn't win close games. The play that Mahomes unfortunately was hurt on, we've seen, it feels like 100 times this year. There's no one that's separated. The O-line's not awesome. He's got to try to make something happen, running for his life. And unfortunately, his left leg plants weird buckles, and that's that. We'll get to that piece of it in a minute. But every game felt like it was some 16-13 fourth quarter. Can Mahomes do something? And more often than not, the answer was no. And so I don't share your glee, other than that I like new things too, and we're going to have an entirely new feeling. No Burrow, although they missed it last year. No Kansas City. For the moment, no Baltimore, and their schedule ends New England, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's got a Cleveland game in there, so it feels like the odds have to be relatively heavy in Pittsburgh's favor. So you might not have Baltimore or Lamar either. So I'm asking you just as a start, and circling back to the Mahomes bit, is there a team in the AFC that you point to and say, I think they're the team I like the most?
No, there's not.
I agree. I want to say Buffalo because of Josh Allen.
Everyone does.
Watch him play.
That's what's going to be tough.
Watch him play on defense.
Everybody is rooting for the Bills. Everyone.
And they're going to say what I'm saying. No Mahomes, the boogeyman. Ooh, Kansas City. That's real life. I mean, Kansas City has tortured them in the playoffs. Oh, cool. You guys won the regular season again. Did you guys have fun? Did you like that? All right. We'll see you. Your place, our place. Doesn't matter. You guys know what's coming. Another L. You're right. Everyone outside of, obviously, the fan bases in the respective cities, but it's going to be a let's go Buffalo kind of war cry. Their defense was good in the second half against New England on Sunday in the snow, but it's not a great outfit. That side of the ball for them is not awesome. Going to require Allen.
It's been better in years previous. That's what I think the biggest issue is. This is his worst outfit.
There you go.
Worst version of Buffalo we've seen in this whole run going against Mahomes. But just going back to Kansas City, the way this happened, I mean, whatever this run is, and I think people in this area have really felt it, when you got to play that upper tier schedule. They've done it year after year after year.
A great point.
And they misassessed, I think, the roster.
Clearly.
And then that with some luck, like you lose Tooney to free agency. They kind of probably thought that was going to happen. They draft Simmons. He goes away for a while. Trey Smith's probably the best top 5 guard in the league. They don't have him for an incredibly long stretch. So right there, to protect your franchise guy, you can't do it. So what do you need? You need guys to get open against man coverage because everybody's going to play you man because they don't believe in what your talent is. 87. Obviously, Father Time is caught up. I thought they were going to get a bump when Rashee Rice came back.
They did for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. But you got these guys that are flawed speedsters and Hollywood Brown, Worthy. 1 touchdown this year?
Yeah,
I think one.
Yeah, that was a guy that really, he flashed, and he's a take the top off the defense. Every cliche and whatever, you plug him into this offense, and boy, and there were some flash moments, but not really this year.
Yeah.
Got hurt early.
And Pacheco and Hunt, you could see the miles on those tires. It's just not the same.
Pacheco he's young. I don't know if it's miles on tires. He's coming off
a lot of miles on those tires.
But he's coming off last year where he was injured.
Yeah.
He's a baffling one to me. And we make fun of myself with the whole fantasy football bit and this and that. I took him in a bunch of leagues because I think he'll be the bell cow. I get that Hunt's going to be the goal line dude. But I just thought Pacheco would look something like we saw and I just happen to have an affinity for him just because I love how hard he runs. I saw Chief fans saying, like, is he blindfolded when he runs? He just runs as hard as he can into people constantly. Does he not see? Where's the vision? The running game never, ever worked for them, ever.
And it's not their fault.
Understood.
They couldn't do it up front.
I get that. Everything starts there.
Yeah. But people want to look at the running backs because they have them on their fantasy teams. I don't care who you are. If you're good, I mean, we'll get to these college football playoffs. These numbers on Alabama's run game are insane. But these numbers that we have now, it's like, how many yards do you get before you get contact? There's not a lot with the Chiefs. Like, there's guys getting hit in the backfield all the time, no matter who they play. And back to the point, you're playing all these playoffs. Houston comes to you. I mean, go through their schedule. They've been up against it for years now, and it's caught up to them. It's the defense is has helped them hang in these games. They've for the majority. You go back to last year with all the one-score games, that defense kept them in, and I love their personnel defensively. And obviously, Spags is a Hall of Famer in my book. But that combination of not being able to do it again. That's what is in the end. And now, like these 3 games, how many home games do they have?
I don't know. I just know that, like, I saw the Christmas Day Netflix thing is like, oof, wow. I don't know what you're paying for that, but that's the danger, man. That's the danger of singular inventory, vertical inventory, where you go all in for a day. And you're certain that between Dallas, Detroit, Minnesota, Kansas City, Denver, we're going to have a game here. Not really.
Jaden Daniels.
Don't have anything that matters. Minnesota, no. Kansas City, no. Washington, lost season. Wowzers. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Throw another log on the fire.
You'll log up in this junk. I want to go back to Mahomes. We have a terrible habit. And the we is everyone. Media, yes. Social media, for sure. Seemingly just people at large that want so desperately to say something is now over. I was on Michael Kay in New York on Monday. As schedules allow, I join him on Mondays, and he asked me, he said, I'm going to ask you a question. I think I know the answer, but I'm just, is this Kansas City dynasty, is the run over? And I said, no. And his reaction was, really? Patrick Mahomes is 30. 30. September, I looked it up, 17th-ish, which, given the fact that he already had the surgery, not 24 hours later, had the surgery, if he's Superman, 9 months, maybe beginning of the season. Anyway, when he comes back, whenever that might be, he'll be 31 years old. There are a lot of eerie parallels about Brady. Number of times been in the Super Bowl, number of times won a Super Bowl by this age. Almost parallel. Brady hurt his knee. It was week 1 of a season. Came back. And then Brady had this giant gap in between winning Super Bowls, but then added a pile on the doubled his Super Bowl total, right? He ended up winning 3 more, I believe. I don't understand why Mahomes gets hurt at the end of a year where their O-line was pretty banged up, and everyone just wants to decide, well, that's over. The Chiefs? That's it?
No.
What? That's just fucking stupid to be in this hurry to categorically dismiss the future of a guy on this kind of trajectory who will be 31 years old, coming off of an injury. I understand that. But there's a ton of runway in front of him. And I would think organizationally for a group that lived in the place they lived in for as long as they did, you think they're just going to go, well, I guess it's over? No. They're going to assess what they are, figure out what they aren't, try to improve, and they're going to have Patrick Mahomes at some point again healthy for a significant chunk of time. I'm baffled by this rush to say something's done that I don't believe is done.
it's one of the most maddening things we do with our job. And coming in Sunday, I don't know where it comes from. I really don't. But like, we have Tim on in studio, I get to watch games with him for the first time. I come in Sunday, we're watching Rivers. It's like, all right, what is the game plan? We're going through. What are they going to try and do? And sure enough, they're in it, fourth quarter game. And then we do the Mahomes thing, and it's like, when's he going to be back? No one knows. We constantly put ourselves in this thing where we're forecasting where no one knows with injuries. And I'm like, the Chargers, we just watched them in person Monday night against Philly, where there was a point in that game where it's like, all right, they're done. And they fight all the way back. They come out in Kansas City, get punched in the face, 7-0. Arrowhead's going crazy. Chiefs got to have it. This is it. No more mistakes, no more losses. They come back from that. Herbert, that throw before the half is insane. And then we just talk about, like, what's the Chiefs' future out of that? And I'm like, we have 12 months for that. And on top of that, no one knows.
True. I mean, I think what we tried to do in our show was make it clear that the mystery is that we don't know. We're not trying to forecast medically when he's coming back. I think we tried to frame it on our show. Just my point was, this isn't the end of anything, but it does create a great deal of a question because it will bleed into next year as well. Not only is this year lost, it creates uncertainty as it relates to the immediate future.
But my question is, the audience, why are they so entertained by that of an unknown than by a game we just watched?
That's fair, and I'll cop to saying very little at all about the Chargers, and that's back-to-back wins against Philly and Kansas City. You beat both teams that were in the Super Bowl a year ago, and you're a Chargers team that's now got 10 wins. You're going to be a playoff team.
Somebody else just did, right?
Beat Philly and Kansas City back-to-back?
Thought so.
Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah, okay. I knew I wasn't losing.
Yeah, but then they lost to...
Yeah, they're speaking of...
Every year.
Christmas Day. Fired up.
Happy
Commanders,
holidays.
Cowboys.
Every year. Same shtick. Same routine. The other significant injury happened against Kansas City's AFC West rival, the now 12-2 Broncos. Bo Nix was excellent. They've won 11 in a row. They're a playoff team. Everything might go through Arrowhead, through Mile High. We'll see. But Green Bay loses Micah Parsons in that game. I thought Rashawn Gary's emotional, like, testimony, if you will, afterwards was telling about how much Parsons means to the group. And we talk so much in the sports about the next man up. And as I said on Sunday with Tim Hasselbeck, like, the next guy's not Micah Parsons, so I don't want to hear it. There's no number one. He's the only one there is. I think Green Bay's still a good defense, but that's the kind of injury that feels like it could be truly changes the balance of what the NFC is. Do you share that belief?
I look at as, I'm not in the enormous fan camp of Jordan Love, and there's plenty of people out there that think he is the top tier quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. If he is, this won't affect him.
Won't affect him.
Won't affect him.
Okay.
If he's that guy. Now, again, to his fault, Saturday or Sunday in the first two quarters was the first time he's had his receivers.
All of them.
Like, he hasn't had a game where he's had Tucker Kraft, Musgrave at tight end, Jacobs, Golden, Watson, Reed, go on the list.
Dobbs.
He hasn't had them.
Yeah.
And now we're back to it. Watson, that looked brutal. When you saw the elbow into the ground, I've done that in my shoulder. You talk about raw meat, man. It's brutal. So if he is this elite, it will not affect him.
Okay.
So we'll see. But I don't put it. Yeah, he's a difference maker, and like this thing about closing games. Like I don't know. It was just like getting to this point where it's getting out of control. Green Bay's got enough personnel to do well in the playoffs, and if he takes it to the next level, he's got playoff experience now. So that's where I am with that team. They've been the biggest team I've hem and hawed about all year.
Well, it's because when they play to their ceiling, they put games on tape. Like going into Detroit on Thanksgiving, I thought was really
that was high level game,
and it was really eye opening because the way they bodied them the first week, Detroit wants to answer for it. Standalone Thanksgiving stage, Green Bay went in there and beat them. To me, that's a gigantic win. They're the same team that lost in their home field to Carolina. You know, the gap between your good and your bad. I've been talking about it all year long. The skinniest ones are the ones that I like the best, which is why I love the Rams. Yeah, they lost to the Panthers too. Rain game, weird game, driving for the winning score. Stafford gets hit, fumbles, ball comes out. They lost. Okay. They're the 1 seed for now. They're going to play another rain game, it looks like, on a Thursday night against Seattle, which is gigantic. Because the winner is not only the West, but the winner theoretically will have home field throughout.
Yeah, I think it's way bigger for the Seahawks.
To have home field?
Yeah, because there's elements. Like you just go back and through, like, which is what we said. We thought the world of Green Bay on Thanksgiving Day, inside, turf, dome. The Rams at home, I feel like anybody is not going to be overwhelmed with that.
Well, they don't have a home field. There's just SoFi there's no home field for either team that plays in that building.
Seattle, obviously, in the past has been a very good home team. You've pointed out plenty of times the last 2 years how many home games they've lost.
Odd.
It feels like they're back to being that defensive team now with McDonald, where those old Legion of Boom teams, you go there, you got to ramp it up. But then we go, with Rivers, and he's got a chance to win the game. And he's 45, 44, whatever it is. So, yeah, it feels like a more guy. I mean, no Devontae. I think the Rams are comfortable in what they are. To your point, that Carolina game got away from them, didn't play well. Carolina played great. But those guys know what they have to be at in the playoffs.
When I watch them play, particularly at home, even though they don't have a great home field environment or crowd that's behind them, just in a controlled environment, Matthew Stafford's going to do whatever the hell he wants. Going to run his stuff exactly how he wants, get to the things he wants, clean operation. Sounds again like it's going to be the elements will be in play. I'd have to think Devontae, the way he pulled up, we're in the playoffs.
Put him in the shelf.
We're in the playoffs. We'll figure it out. Send Tutu Atwell deep. I'll throw it to Puka 28 times. Get Parkinson. We'll run some bootleg.
Parkinson.
He's been gobbling.
Awesome. Bump for him.
So the Rams are in. You mentioned the Seattle game. They existed mostly as a backdrop for the Rivers story. They end up winning it. Myers makes 6 field goals. He's a weapon. Dude hits a 56-yarder after Groupie hit a 60-yarder. But the whole game is just what's Rivers going to look like. And you and I are both very similarly impacted by the emotions of people. Rivers' post-game sound, to me, just elevates who he is in my eyes.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things I watched this NFL season. I was so fired up for it because I know what type of guy he is, and I know what Seattle likes to do with pressure in your face and the whole time.
In the face.
And you just saw it early on where they tried to heat him up, and he knows he's just going to give ground, shallow cross, get the ball. So they missed a double move to Downs. I think it was second or third quarter. I was like, that they used it right. I was wondering when they were going to pull it out. You know he still has it. But it was a big spot, and he overthrew him by a hair. And that was like, all right, that was their third down, where they could get a big chunk play. To Tim's point, I thought it was fantastic watching the game with him. They got him because they didn't want the quarterback position to lose them a game. They're still in a playoff fight. And talk about a team that's been decimated by injuries. And it was absolute chess match of McDonald, as good as there is, drawing up defenses against Rivers. Just, hey, what can I get here? Can I dink and dunk here? Jonathan Taylor, can you give me something? Keep me in manageable situations. They did that all day, and it just wasn't enough. And I think that's a lot on Seattle, knowing what they bring to the table with a quarterback that everybody else still wants to see play well in a big spot, and have all the pressure on them with an old geezer coming in at quarterback. It It was great. I think Sam, that final drive to get the Myers field goal was 48 seconds, 30 seconds.
I don't know.
Got a field goal. Crazy in that league.
He's a weapon. I mean, that guy, he missed a 60-something yarder in Los Angeles would have been a absolute thievery. 5 plays, 25 yards, basically a minute. Because it's 29 seconds when he made it. And there was 1:49. So they had a little more time than that. But all 18 points for Seattle came on his toe. But Rivers, when he had to try to take a downfield shot late, he airmails it, gets picked.
Yeah, 29 seconds.
Okay, 29 seconds. What'd I say? A minute?
That's crazy.
It's crazy
that you could do that.
It's crazy that outdoors you're just trying to get to basically the 40. We'll be good. And they were.
It's got to be the balls, right?
1,000%.
Okay. I don't want to.
When we were on the field, it was Dallas, Arizona, and Chad Ryland's a Maryland guy, so I know him. We were talking pregame, and he was kicking it, and I picked the ball up. It's like the pounds per square inch of air in there.
Rugby ball?
I don't know, man. It feels like it's just there's no give when you squeeze it. And so many kickers now that are just weapons. I mean, Groupie's this big.
Oh.
And he hit from 60.
Leg.
It was big time. That guy got cut by New Orleans earlier this year.
A lot of guys got cut. I can't keep track.
Kicker's such a odd life. I mean,
they can get Myers, like to your point.
I mean, if
you got to fight and you got to kick in elements, I got tons of credit for you.
No doubt. And he's won many, many games for them this year. Just barely missed that one against LA late. But again, those two teams, Seattle and
none of those kickers though have won MVP with a perm.
Mosley, look him up. That's a real thing that happened. Didn't make a kick beyond 48 yards.
Did anyone ever wear Mosley jerseys to the Redskins games?
Sure.
Yeah.
Three. Why wouldn't you? We got an MVP kicker, dude.
I need anybody in your
group.
Think like Chief has a Mosley jersey?
I don't think so.
No?
People like the fun bunch more.
Yeah.
Receiving group. I was an Art Monk guy. Stoic, Syracuse. Shout out to the great Art Monk. But out of that game, we hear that Rivers will start Monday when we're in Indy, indoors for a visit from San Francisco, who quiet as kept. They're just over there winning. Look, we said before the year started, they were bad last year. They get an easy schedule. All they're doing is managing it, winning, hanging numbers, just very whistling.
They've adopted like the old Steeler teams.
Meaning what?
Everybody, I saw this thrown around like before their bye, like, oh, the Niners, they're scary. They're not scary. They're a freaking pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, they're not scary because defensively you lose Bosa, you lose Warner, and that defense isn't great. I mean, Tennessee scored 14 in the fourth. Not quite enough after a late field goal there.
Worse than Shanahan. Miami's points last night? That was just like, where does this come from?
That's fair, but if you've watched Tennessee lately, they've become just at least more competent offensively.
Oh, yeah. They got guys. Gunnar Helm, awesome. I can't get over that guy. He wasn't even a third rounder going into his last year at Texas. He's going to be like rookie team.
Gunnar Helm in the building.
Love him.
Well, you're right. San Francisco, scary to me is a team that just beats your ass on defense. They don't. No,
and like has crazy weapons on offense. They don't.
How about the line about Ayuk? They put him on the whatever list. He said, yeah, we haven't seen him in months. That guy wants a new deal, gets a new deal, gets injured, and then apparently just goes AWOL. Haven't seen him in months. All right, we'll put you on the you're gone list. Pearsall, they might have tweaked the injury he had this year earlier, which they never put him on IR, and he was inactive for like 8 weeks. It was crazy. They just figure it out with whatever they've got.
I love him. People want to put him down because he was the offense coordinator that blew a 28-3 lead. I don't understand that. Super Bowls, again, it was 15 for the Chiefs that took over. Like, I think he's as good a coach as there is in the league.
So do I. I think the people that have jokes, okay. So he sucks because Mahomes hit Tyreek Hill and an entire game changed on one.
He hasn't won a Super Bowl? You know how many great coaches there are that have not won Super Bowl?
Plenty.
I mean, more than have.
Correct.
You know?
It's a small group. We agree. We agree. Whoever says that, is he better than your coach? I bet he is. I bet he is. Who do you think wins the AFC North? Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Do you care? Because neither one of them is a threat.
Baltimore's favored this week against New England?
Apparently.
That reeks.
Vegas has a real high level of buy-in with Baltimore.
You get to these weeks in this league, you can have it. Maybe throw a couple dogs in a teaser, but I got nothing for you, man. They're 7-7.
It's such a war of attrition. Like, what do you have available? How many people do you have at your disposal that can play? Yeah, they're given 3. They were favored in Cincinnati. Baltimore was. Put them in winners. Shut out.
Cold. That looked
awful. That looked miserable. But we just have 2 divisions, AFC North and NFC South, where whoever wins, it's coin flip, and I don't know that it matters who wins. I mean, when we're in Pittsburgh and you see, 4 straight touchdown drives for the Steelers last night, and it's Rodgers, and get a little confidence, got some shit to his game. All right, here we go. Put on the Buffalo tape. Who are they beating? And that's the place where Pittsburgh has lived for the past however many years, which is why you got people chanting "Fire Tomlin," because they've never been bad, but they just haven't been great. And for a team with 6 Lombardis, that's a tough place to live in. Meanwhile, Baltimore,
they just went there and beat them.
Pardon me?
They just went to Baltimore and beat them after all that.
I understand. But Baltimore's kind of been in the same place. Yeah, Harbaugh's won a Super Bowl, but it was a lifetime ago. It wasn't with Lamar. And Baltimore's got a tough 3-game stretch to end it. I can't quit them. That's well documented. So I'll just sort of hang in and say, all right, I guess the Ravens will figure it out. But their schedule's brutal. Again, it's New England, Green Bay, and then in Pittsburgh. They're going to need to win them all.
Yeah.
I think. Almost certainly going to need to win them all. NFC South. Does anyone want it?
Yeah, I can't quit Tampa. I love them.
Todd Bowles is as buttoned up and as reasonable as a guy as there is. So when he says the word fuck
7 times
in 12 seconds, I saw some headline that shows he's lost the room. No, it shows he's lost patience with the room.
Yeah,
is what it shows. I don't think he's lost the room. Guy's a pro's pro. I think he's just lost patience with whatever the group is allowing to happen. They're up 14 in the fourth quarter on Atlanta. Win the game. So, and then Carolina here. We don't want it. You take it. No. We insist. Let's lose to New Orleans for the second time in a month. Shuck, by the way. Like what we're seeing in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like what we see.
Hell of a job by Kellen Moore. First year head coach.
Yeah, with a rookie
scraps.
With a rookie quarterback?
Yeah.
Who we got out here? We got Vele.
Does Kamara still play?
No. Hadn't played in weeks.
Oh.
Olave. Good for him, man. That guy's had all these head injuries. He's been the guy this year, largely. That's another escape from Pooptown team. New Orleans.
Oh.
New Orleans, Miami, Carolina. There's a whole bunch of people that were in Pooptown that have escaped. Saints have 4 wins. 2 of them are against Carolina. 1 of them's against Tampa.
Red hot.
Whoever wins the NFC South, it just doesn't matter. You're going to host somebody that's better than you in the first round.
Did Evans come back in the game?
He did.
He did? Okay.
You mean come back in the game? He played the whole game.
He did? All right.
I think so.
He got dinged, it looked like.
Well, I thought he hurt the same.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he came back after that.
That's good. Watch out.
For what?
That would be the team. Somebody always pulls off an upset in the first round. Then they go to the 1 seed and get housed.
That tends to be what happens.
But they're going to be the 4. Get a little trip to Tampa, wild card round.
I mean,
I'll take that.
I assume.
Second.
I just am convinced we're going back to
the Berg.
Bum 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 bum. Just
Siberia.
Looking down, just. It's all right though. I'll have 3 layers in my hat. Roasty toasty.
Good to go.
Those hand warmer things help too.
Yeah.
I put
all the time.
Put some of those in my gloves. Those things stay hot for 5 hours somehow.
Mm-hmm.
What the f is in those things?
Careful when you put them in your pants pocket.
Hey now. Ladies and gentlemen, Pooptown. Arizona.
Pooptown.
Hit the drop. Cleveland.
Pooptown.
Washington?
Pooptown.
Yes.
Come on, Mariota. What is it?
Mariota.
When did it become the thing again?
When he said it.
Mariota.
Rico. I blame him.
Yeah.
He uncovered it. Found some fake fossil.
Fake pronunciation?
No, he just dug it up.
Are they still in it with Mariota?
Yes.
Okay. Titans, you're more watchable.
Pooptown.
But still, Pooptown. These 3 teams, you're in it. Giants.
Pooptown.
Jets.
Pooptown.
And in the penthouse suite.
No. In the basement with no plumbing.
There you go. No windows. You got to take an elevator that doesn't work 2 floors up to use the shitter. The Raiders.
Pooptown.
My God. How is this what you are? You guys lost 31-0 to Kansas City earlier this year, and everyone thought that's as bad as a team can play. And then you said to yourself, hold my beer, and lost 31-0 to Philly. Dallas Goedert had 70 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Could have been 3. They actually had another fun play design that didn't quite work. I have a soft spot in my heart for my fantasy guys. Even though I wasn't in a game, I was still rooting for him to score. He scored twice. Dallas Goedert had 70 yards receiving. Why am I bringing this up and repeating it? Because the Vegas Raiders had a total as a team of 75 yards. 7 first downs, 75 yards. The tape from Arrowhead, the tape from the Link, mirror images of each other. The same team got beat 31-0 by both. We talked about the Chargers beat the back-to-back Super Bowl teams. Dallas beat back-to-back Super Bowl teams. Vegas got shut out by the Super Bowl teams.
62-0.
And had maybe 200 total yards in those games. They're horrendous.
I don't know how their fans watch it.
Who are their fans?
J-Mac.
Shout out to J-Mac.
He's sick in the head. He's watching.
He's probably got his draft board. You get whoever you want, pal. The floor is yours.
Aren't they? No, they play the Giants coming up. That's going to be.
Wow.
Feeling the draft.
Right, but there's nobody that's obviously the person you have to have this year.
Mendoza, dude.
Come on.
What?
Don't Mendoza dude me like we're talking about Williams.
You need a quarterback.
May, Daniels. So that's what you're going to take?
If you get number 1.
This is what we do. We just talk ourselves into whoever the quarterback is?
They need a quarterback. Now, after that, I don't know.
I just can't believe how bad they are.
They're awful.
That's the worst O-line in the world.
Oh. They don't have a receiver.
They did. They traded him to Jacksonville.
Wasting 2 great tight ends.
My goodness. What's their point differential, please? Got to be the worst in the NFL. What are they? Minus what? Minus
169 is Tennessee. No, Tennessee's
Ooh,
worse.
Pooptown. Well, those two played earlier this year. Vegas beat them. Also, and one of the oddities of the season, one of New England's losses is to Vegas. Week 1. Kyle Brand, NFL Network, says week 1 is a liar. There's no greater proof of that than that. But wow, they are not good. Ungood. What else do I have on the card? We're going to get to the college piece in a minute.
Okay.
Programming note and a question. Were you a baseball card guy?
Yeah.
Do you still have them?
I believe so.
See, that's then that means you don't.
No, I they're in control of my nephew.
So that means for all you know, he's got them out on the streets, eBay style.
Possibly. I hope so.
But you have where do you keep them? Are they in like wrap?
They've been sleeved for 20 years.
Sleeved?
Yeah. The only way to do it, dude.
See, and that's right. Now this is the difference in our ages. When do you hit 50? You got a year and a half, right?
300 and...
You're getting ready to be 49,
380
right?
days.
Okay, so we got a decade between us here.
Wait, how old are you?
Well, we got about a decade.
Give or take.
If you're a kid spent any living in the 70s, 80s, card collecting was a way more active thing. And what I mean by that, it was like you don't play baseball cards, but if you after school you wanted to do some trading,
oh yeah,
you'd go over to your buddy's house, bring him over
whip it out,
exactly in a shoebox. You'd start stacking. I got Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Eddie Murray, whatever the hell it is, but I'm trying to collect the whole set, and you wouldn't buy it; you'd collect them. That was one of my greatest accomplishments in life. Was actually got like the whole. I don't even know.
Out of packs?
7.
Holy shit. That was always a goal.
The 79 set collected out of packs.
Not just buying the box
No.
like I got the set like buddies would do. Like screw off with
But in
that.
the end, I needed some
wow.
totally random like Seattle Mariner rookie card. And I had to give up the
Al Davis?
It was guys whose names, the ones that
the
were
good
like
Mariner uniforms too.
Correct, with the trident.
Yeah.
But the one where there was some guy's face that was painted with pastels and the hat was terrible. You know what I'm talking about. And I just needed some card. I should remember this because I collected the set, but in the end I had to trade significant assets to round out the set. But then I did. All of this is to say that they weren't sleeved.
He's got a snack. He's good.
They were in a shoebox and they were handled.
Yeah.
The corners are bent. You didn't know about mint. You didn't know
Not mint.
Opposite of mint. Fake mint.
Yeah, then there's different grades now. I'm just like
they were very well worn and used. Well, I collected the whole set. All of this is just a bit of background for Tuesday, December 23rd, Netflix. The King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch. Story of Ken Golden, year 3, and sort of turning the idea of collectibles into what I guess has become an empire. I find it amazing that that's what it's become, having lived in a time where they were much more hands-on.
mm-hmm.
It was actually physically manipulating the cards, having them out there. My stacks of this, I'll give you this for that. Like theatrics, show of force. I got doubles of the card you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't need that for the set. You need this for the set. I think in retrospect, I was a shitty GM. I think I gave up a lot, but I got my set. And they're gone though. I sold them.
And like, oh, you did?
I did.
Oh.
Needed the money.
Okay. Good for you. Because I think back to all those years, and it's like, why did we do it? Just to say you had it?
Essentially.
Right? Like when you're young, you weren't going to sell it.
No, but
maybe the smart guys did. I just wanted to have it.
It was fun to have because, again, you'd take them out and look at them.
Oh, every day.
And I can remember as a young kid, the best cards I got, I'd get a piece of construction paper and make like a thing I put on my wall, like a mural. You'd put all your best players on there, thumbtacks and shit. Mint. Pff, what are you talking about? They're ruined, but they were on my wall.
I have what even worse, and this goes back to my dad when I started collecting. And you would get the Beckett baseball guide. Every month would come out and it'd tell you the dollar amount of every card.
See, this is that. And my era, we didn't know. We just knew they were good cards because they were good players.
So yeah, I think it's 55 Mickey Mantle rookie card. And like the 55 set they would have, and every guy would have a dollar value. But the picture of the 55 set was the Mickey Mantle card.
Of course.
And I remember flipping through it. My dad was like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's Mickey Mantle's rookie card. It's like $65,000." He's like, "Oh." He's like, "You want to know what we did with those?" I'm like,
put them in the bike spokes.
Yes. He's like, "My whole front tire of my bicycle was Mickey Mantle's."
$1 million bucks, Pop.
$1 million in like 1989.
Wow.
Like everyone.
That's what. Now, we didn't do that because that's an era before me. The idea of cards and bike spokes, we did not do that.
Unbelievable. I like that. I might have cried. I was like, "You had how many?" He's like, "Probably 12." And I don't, if they were jaded, you're still getting 25 a pop.
Yeah, you could have had tobacco spit on them.
You walked into a card show with that. Oh my God. You need security.
It's a very different space these days, which is, I guess, sort of the part of the reason why this guy's created this empire. And it's the show season 3, I believe, Netflix, King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch, December 23rd. That's on Netflix.
COVID
what?
That's what re-upped all this. People got so bored and tied to their house, they started going through everything. It's back.
And then people like you started wondering, wait, does my nephew have all those?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, could you let me get those back?
No, you can have them. Good. Or
Okay.
all early 90s. From 80, 85 tops probably.
I literally
Eric
created
Davis.
a mosaic on my wall of my very best cards. Just tape, thumbtacks.
Spring, our guy has turned it into a job. Moneyline Mike.
Moneyline Mike.
Replay Sports.
Check him out.
Stores all over. Growing like a weed.
He should get into that too. Baseball card and weed emporium. Come on in, get your mind right.
That's a good dispensary.
Hell yeah. Get a Ken Griffey rookie.
Hey, man.
Get high and buy cards. Let's me and you do that. Fuck,
Yeah.
let's not give that idea to him.
Well, you just did.
Oh,
Cut that.
Yeah. Take that out. Stanford Steve and SVP's card and weed.
Lounge. Sponsored by Topps.
Fine.
I think Fanatics bought Topps,
Fleer.
but it's still Topps.
Who's the other one?
Donruss?
Yeah, them. Annie, get at us. We got a multi-million-dollar idea right here.
I had a Flair update,
Ooh.
which was after Emmitt Smith, that draft class. Emmitt Smith Flair update. Very uncommon.
I think
Mark McGuire, USA. O.B. McDowell. Corey Snyder. That 87 group. Oh, my God. With the wood frame, 87 tops.
See, this is why you bring it up.
Oh, you want I could go for days.
Evidently.
Oh, I always like football cards better. Score.
I'll tell you the real ones used to have basketball cards. And there was a
Hell
picture
yeah.
of dudes with afros and guys.
Horrible looking cards. Like
Just-
neon.
No, but even worse.
Like
it was
Jordan's rookie card is ugly.
but the pictures of most of the guys were in something that resembled an elementary school bathroom.
Welcome back, Cotter.
Right, with cinder block walls behind it and a guy holding the ball like making a bounce pass.
Still the strongest handshake you've ever had?
Artis Gilmore. Everyone talks about Adrian Peterson. If you shake his hand, it's Artis Gilmore. I would know what was coming, and I just would wave. I'd give him the Matumbo. I'm like, don't do that thing, Artis. Knuckles, bro. We're not shaking hands. I guarantee you could find an Artis Gilmore basketball card where he has a magnificent ultra perm and he's holding a basketball, acting like he's throwing a bounce pass that looks like it's in an elementary school hallway to the bathroom. Poorly lit. ABA cards, Kentucky Colonels, things of that nature.
You watch ABA on TV?
If I say I did, I'd be lying. I don't really remember it. I do remember watching Pete Maravich and people play horse. They had horse games televised on CBS.
Live.
No, dude. Taped.
Everything was taped.
Red, come here. Yeah. We'd watch anything because it wasn't like...
We still do.
Well, that's a fair point, but everything's on now. I'm just telling you, horse games are on TV and you'd be psyched because George Gervin and Pete Maravich were going to throw shots off the wall or whatnot. All right, let's get this thing back on the tracks here. You're going to Norman?
Yeah.
And then you go to College Station?
Yep. And then Indianapolis.
Okay. It's a big weekend.
Yeah.
Big weekend coming.
A lot of ball.
Hell yeah. You got any early leans, any sense of what, like Alabama, you said rushing numbers?
Right here. Hold on.
If they look terrible again, I'm going to be pissed. And I'll be mad on behalf of Notre Dame and BYU.
It ain't going to be pretty, man. That defense in that stadium, they better buckle up.
And they already beat them in T-Town.
I know. They shouldn't have, though. But they did. Alabama, a 117th in rushing. They average 116 yards a game. They average 1.16 yards before contact per rush. That's 105th in the country.
Yeah, take that somewhere.
Imagine being a running back and getting hit 1 yard over the line of scrimmage every single play. That can't be good.
I mean, they had negative rush yards against Georgia in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
And they lost to Oklahoma. Hey, Red.
So you got Oklahoma.
I mean,
I can't wait for Miami A&M.
That's the game that I'm most interested in just because it feels like good on good. Maroon Goons, the O-line for the Aggies, and just Bain and what's his running mate's name? Mesidor, thank you. And a team that, look, people went to the mat for you because the head-to-head needed to matter, and it did. All right. Make it count.
All right. In those two big games.
Make it count.
First two games. What quarterback do you trust the most? Carson Beck, Marcel Reed, Ty Simpson, John Mateer.
I trust Simpson. I like Reed the best.
Very interesting. I think I agree.
But trusting a guy, I like Reed the best. You're telling me for this playoff, I could have one guy? Give me him. Because I also get his line and his personnel.
Yeah.
So I like that group better. Also, they're at home. I'll say this for Beck. He has an opportunity here to give the world the bird.
Oh, yeah.
And just really, really let him hang. Because everyone's waiting on the mistake, the pick, something.
He doesn't really. I think he's up to 75% completion percentage. That's the thing. He's changed it.
I understand that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Louisville game, what happens? Gets picked. How many times did he get picked in that game? 3 or 4?
4.
That's what I thought. I knew it was
almost fifth.
And that fourth one was the game ender.
Yeah.
And then SMU, you just
6 yards per attempt.
But he has a monster opportunity here to rewrite the narrative and tell everybody, welcome to the party at my ass.
Yeah, because everybody's talking about Miami's defense traveling against Marcel Reed. If Miami wins the game, they got to score. It's going to be him and Malachi Toney, that freshman. Oh, my God. That kid was playing high school football. He must have ran all over teams.
Yeah, you think about that a lot when you see somebody who's physically imposing.
Oh,
You think about
dude.
You think about a Julio Jones or whatever, the high school tape of them. I actually got to see Jadeveon Clowney this year. Remember when I said my favorite thing was that high school tape of you after you got 4 goal line stops and then you went 99 yards on the next play. And he loved that we knew that. But someone like a Clowney or a Jones playing high school football, that you think, wow, that must be awful. It's a giant grown-up against some kid that doesn't have a hair on his ass. But a guy like Tony,
just snap on the ball.
Exactly. That's right. It's one thing to be physically bigger, and then someone that has elite level speed, high motor, incredible hands. I mean, you saw it from the jump with that guy.
Yeah.
Against Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
First game. You go, wait, who's 10?
No doubt.
Concepcion, love him on the other side, though. Love him on the other side. But you'll be in College Station.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be real field 10.
No. That's another thing. Like Miami coming from warmth, A&M. It's supposedly 75 degrees at kickoff.
Stanford
what does
Steve,
that feel like?
Field goal contest, nude.
No, you don't want that. I do have another theory.
Steve has a theory.
Either Tulane or James Madison are going to cover.
Cover.
Yes.
I had Tulane against Ole Miss earlier this year.
They played as bad as they could.
Correct. They lost a lot to not many.
And they not play as bad. I believe that was Trinidad's first start, too.
So, folks, when you see game day and Steve takes Tulane, keep in mind, he's not saying he thinks they'll play well. He's just saying, I hope they don't play as bad. That's always a fun way to go to the window.
In a playoff game.
With the confidence of that.
That's what sucks about some of these matchups. That's a rematch. Ole Miss beats them. We get Ole Miss Georgia again. We already saw that. We're, 1 game away from, or no, 2 games away from Indiana, Oregon. No one will have Texas Tech. They play Oregon. Except you.
Yeah, me. Right here. Have you seen him play? I have. You've been there. Been to Lubbock.
If Oregon's getting these receivers back, watch out.
Okay. All right.
Watch out.
I have a thing I just want to mention.
Oh. These are always good.
Well,
they are.
So, did you see on Monday, Gavoni, Draft Express, tweets out Illinois is getting a 20-year-old Croatian guy.
Did he have his birth certificate?
It doesn't make any difference, dude.
Well, it does. Being 20.
Oh.
I don't know if he's 20. He could be 26.
You're right.
Right?
Because it doesn't make any difference to anyone. And he's coming over, and I think his name's Bilic. I'll get it wrong. I think that's if we pull that up.
Jeff Billett, former Rutgers guard,
different dude. And
yeah, good job, Tony Bilic.
Tony Bilic,
Tony B,
Croatian, 20-year-old, coming over, immediately eligible for second semester. Now, here are the disclaimers off the top, because this is where Illinois people will take this personally. It has nothing to do with Illinois. Nothing. It could be, pick another Big Ten team. Could be Maryland. Let's make it that. That'll make it better. The idea that a team that has a zillion Serbian pros can now just go out and add a free agent Croatian pro for the next semester and just plug and play is preposterous. The sport is so absent any rules of any kind. It's just incredible to me. And there have been occasions where someone will become eligible like next semester, transferring, and if you get the grades right or whatever. But now, whether it's, hey, these guys played in the G League, fine. They can come play now. And every school has gone out and gotten European pros that are 20-something years old, come over and that's your college team. It's just a preposterous, lawless landscape. And then there are guys challenging how many years eligibility you can have. So this is what you do now. Just say, I want to be eligible forever. Sue. Some judge will say you can play. So you can have a team full of 23, 24, 25-year-old people who played college basketball for years. Or you can go out and get professionals, bring them in next semester. No one says boo. I just, in a season that has so many young, talented guys and teams that I've watched, and Illinois played an incredibly high-level game with Nebraska that I was keeping tabs on. Didn't see it, but I'm watching it like on my phone the best I can. Incredible high-level. Nebraska's good. They haven't lost. That's the headline. Nebraska trying to pivot away from, Rayola's leaving. Oh, that's okay. Hey, we're undefeated in basketball. Have you seen? Yeah, we saw.
Nebraska ball.
There you go. But in a season that has so many really cool stories and teams that are drawing our attention rightfully to that, the absence of any guardrail, any rule, anything, I just don't understand how it can continue to be this, and everyone collectively just shrugs and goes, okay. And again, Illinois, I'm not mad at Underwood or you. You're doing what's allowed. I just don't understand how no one being in charge and no rules of any kind existing can be viewed as positive for your sport when we can just have guys eligible forever, sue if we don't like the outcome, keep going to different courts till someone says, yeah, you're good, and then just bringing over European pros, G League pros. No, that's fine. The next semester. He's playing in a week. Is that a good thing?
No.
Who's in charge?
I vote Rick Neuheisel. He should be the commissioner of college sports.
It'd be better than no one being in charge.
Damn right.
Some kind of framework where you say, all right, you get 5 years, you can play 4. That's it. Is that fair? I mean, again, we talk about being old and baseball cards and whatever else. You used to have 4 years. That's what you got. You could redshirt. If you transferred, you had to sit a year. You could do anything you want now. Anything. Sue everybody. Jerky Boys tapes forever. I just I'm baffled by it. The absence of any uniform guardrail. You ever been to a country where there are I've been to some places where the highway doesn't really have lines on it, and cars just find a place. I'd say some of the circles in Italy where there's fellas and gals on Vespas just getting in where you fit in. And I always watch and wonder, how is there not fatalities and wrecks constantly? Somehow people kind of figure it out. That's what college basketball right now feels like. It's just Fury Road, going to Valhalla. We're vaping. Guitar player with a fire. Fly the flags. Just try to get to the Final Four. Doesn't matter how. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere with this. I just am exasperated by the complete absence of any structure, any kind of governing, and everything being allowed. Like, sure. Who are the adults in the room? Maybe the adults in the room just don't give a shit.
I don't even think there is a room.
There you go. There are no adults in the room because there is no room, and there are no laws, and there are no police to police the laws because there are no laws.
Put them in Pooptown. That's what Pooptown should be.
Super duper. And by the way, just sue everyone. Go find pros, bring them. Say, We want to sue to be eligible. Eventually, someone will say that's fine. Bring in pros next semester. Plug and play. Not personal Illinois. It's the whole sport. That just can't be positive. Arizona, Michigan, Duke, Iowa State, UConn. There's some good teams out there. Gonzaga's really good. Purdue's good. Michigan State, Houston, BYU. I'm just reading the rankings at this point.
I like Vandy.
They haven't lost, right?
No.
Nebraska hadn't lost. Good for them. Fun story.
We
need some rules.
I couldn't be farther from knowing legalities. But to your point, you don't have to sue. You just say you're going to sue nowadays. Does that make sense?
The threat of the threat of litigation,
correct,
is enough to do what?
That's all you have to do. Like to do this.
But we're going to sue.
Yeah. Oh shit. Then.
Well, that's what's happened when it's come to NIL, and
Yeah.
I want to say it was at Tennessee who said you can't tell us what we can do. That's why there are no rules.
Yeah. Can you go back to the picture of Bubic? How the hell do you say that team name?
HRVAT. That looks like Hrvatska. That's a Serbian.
That would be unreal on Wheel of Fortune.
Hold on, Red. Stop biting me.
Unreal.
Red, why are you harassing me?
Speaking of Serbs,
yeah.
When I was in Atlanta, I went to see Jokic play in person.
You saw him?
Unbelievable.
What'd he do?
They were down 25.
And then?
They won. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I swear, I know this is a cliche, but when you watch him, it literally is like he has eyes in the back of his head. Because he obviously knows where his guys are, but he knows where like trailing defenders are. And the thing, he knows where he's going with the ball 2 passes before he gets it. It's the spacing. And like pregame, he comes out, he's just like hook shots, finger rolls. Like he has this, he's working on a floater. It was unreal. Unreal watching him in person. If you get a chance, go.
I just am mesmerized by his shape.
That's why I was like, because I was wondering about your boy. You say you watch games, and I know you had a deal going on Saturday, but like them watching NFL, and they're like, boys, sit down. We're gonna watch Army Navy. Like what they would think of, and then seeing Jokic against you're watching. Imagine they're watching Michigan the other night, and you got the Axel kid who's going all over the place, dunking and shooting threes, and you're like, this guy's the best player in the world. No, he's not.
The one with zero tricep definition.
Except scratches all
except
over.
The back of
like
his
he got in a fight with a
bear.
Wolverine.
Right. Has he reached that point in the season where his backs of his arms have been mauled by a bear? Not yet? So you got to see him in person.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What was that for?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Good for you. Getting out there being social.
Appreciate Mr. Coonan. Pat got the hookup to Mr. Coonan. We went over. Jess came over. Good building.
Is it? We were watching the Wizards game the other night, and the boys were trying to figure out what was going on.
Why? Because they won?
No, the atmosphere is just a little bit sort of serene.
There still is way more people than I would expect to be there whenever I turn them on, and I try and watch them every night.
Shout out to Wiz.
Love the Wiz.
Do they play hard still?
No, it's different.
Yeah, okay.
It's about the future now. Who wants to be here for the future? So
cool. Good draft coming. Maybe
best ever.
I don't know. Whatever. The Wizards will be 6th. Just mark it down.
Hey, you're still going to get a real good player.
You know, that's a fact. That is a fair point. Deep draft this year.
Would you draft Axel over like a Debanza?
No.
Would you draft any older player over Debanza?
I love, and like Landenborg's really, really good.
Yeah.
I remember him at UAB a few years
I
ago
know.
because they beat Maryland early in the season. I thought, what's going on? Like, who is this guy? It's way more. You're drafting, like, whether it's DeBonsa or any of these young guys, you're drafting off potential. That league drafts off the potential. And seeing, I'll say this with him, there's games where I think he defers, and then when he decides to stop deferring, then it's just no one can stop him.
Unreal.
So my message would be, just from the jump, just decide that no one's messing with you.
The pedal on the right. Just keep that one floored.
From the jump. So, no, I can't. I mean, I'm not.
I just hope we see Peterson healthy.
I don't know what's going on there.
You know,
the hamstring's a bummer.
Bad. That's brutal.
It really is. Because
Speaking of dad being mad, basketball players with all the backpedaling, it's impossible to have a hurt hamstring.
And
we're doing something wrong there.
And that's what he's got.
You like Michigan better than Arizona.
That's a tough one. Arizona put it on Auburn. And Auburn's not a team.
So to Michigan.
Look, I watched Michigan. I watched Michigan beat Gonzaga by 40. That player's error only, whatever the hell the thing it was called in Vegas.
Going to have 132 teams next year.
Great. Go to the Orleans and get the buffet. Play Pie Gal and win NIL money. And then go over and get some Croatian guys for the next semester. Or just have 30-year-olds and sue on your team. That's what I do. Fuck it. Go get a GM and get a bunch of grown men pros and guys get Liam Neeson and go Taken. Find me some absolute goons that are killers from what parts unknown. Put them on my team. Who's stopping me? No one. I think I'd love to see Arizona play Michigan tomorrow. But I mean, Arizona's won, and there's no argument to that.
Yeah, there is. The coaches vote Michigan won.
Okay, there is an argument to that.
I find that very interesting. Well, that's why they play the game, Scott.
There you go. And you have an entire conference season. Maryland actually was making every three they looked at, and then unfortunately Maryland's big went out, and that changed the math entirely because Michigan is so freaking big. Holy smokes, they're big. It's a fun year in the sport. I'm just bummed out that there's complete lawlessness in the sport. Two things can be true at once.
Oh, no one's going to care when we get to March.
Oh, no. Of course. But someone needs to care. Someone in the sport has to care. And just say, listen, some vague structure and rules that prevent some of these things from happening should be put in place.
Bring back the Care Bears.
What?
Care Bears. Cartoon back in the day. My sister loved it. It was awful.
How does that?
But they cared.
So we get the pink, blue, and yellow bear, and they say, you can't just go get European players for the second semester.
Come on, let's sit down and have a chat.
Fine. That's a better plan than no plan.
From there, we get a rule. Maybe we make some more rules.
The rainbow stuffed animals make rules.
Yeah.
Again, as preposterous as it sounds, that's better than no one doing anything. Better than Deadwood and Swearingen.
There you go.
That was a good show. That was back when I watched shows.
Come on, let's get you on a show.
Nope.
Come on.
When I have time, I watch games. That's it. We've covered this. Never
stop.
I just
fire up the PlayStation lately.
That too. Get on the sticks. It's like 2043 or something.
Just watch the first episode of Landman.
I do like him. Is Thornton good?
He's unreal.
I love him.
One episode.
See,
it's like 40 minutes.
I have an obsessive personality.
You're not doing tonight. Nothing at midnight.
That's a good point.
You don't have anything.
Where do I find it?
Fire up the Landman.
What's it on?
Who knows? We got them all.
Come on.
Paramount.
Do I have that?
Yeah, you're Big Ten Scotty. Big Ten games are on Paramount. Come on.
On Paramount Plus?
Guarantee you watch the second episode.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Then it's 4 a.m.
What's wrong? It's just like a normal night for us.
Also true.
Fire it up.
Okay.
Oh, wifey, come on down. She'll watch it.
So it's like we get to do it together.
Yeah.
Ah, that's nice.
Bonding.
Fellowship.
Holiday season.
What's it about?
Rigs.
Ooh. Is he owns
He's
rigs?
in charge.
Is he sinister?
Oh.
Deep in the heart of West Texas, roughnecks and wildcat billionaires try to get rich quick in the oil business as oil rigs begin to dominate the state. Crisis executive Tommy Norris tries to bring his company to the top during a fueling boom. That's the description.
You're in.
Is he Tommy Norris?
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. You're the guy telling me to watch it. You don't know his fucking name?
No.
How do
I
you
watched
not-
season 1. I haven't started season 2 yet. I'm
so
waiting for
season
this.
1. They don't divulge his name.
Yeah, they do. I forgot. Been almost a year.
I'm just going to assume that's Tommy Norris.
Tommy. Yep.
That's old Tommy.
Yeah.
All right. So
You're in.
I got homework. I got to do that. Merch if you want it. Shirts. Merry Christmas.
Billy Joel doc. You still never watched that?
Nope, never watched it. Happy Hanukkah. At whatever you celebrate. Buy this. Nothing says happy holidays quite like this big old mug on it. We're going to get Pooptown shirts, I'm telling you. All anyone wants, you put out a thing, hey, we're going to Pooptown and mechanical.
Mechanicals.
That's going to be big.
Licking the door.
Red. Okay.
It's time.
It's time. Red's bit me, tried to tell me let's go. Now he's eating the door. We're back when? Some point.
Next Tuesday?
Sure. Post Indy. Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Yes, that. All right.
Perfect.
We got a plan.
Get your shopping done.
You're going.
I'm going right now.
Godspeed. Tell him you'll be home by dinner.
Will do.
All right. Enjoy the week. We'll talk to y'all soon.